Here, this is Lord Potato, and this is what if Asta was Buddha, or not Buddha, was Buddha, or reach enlightenment? Whichever title I'm gonna go with, but not the point. I'm going to just record this for a bit, cause it's like one something in the morning, and I could have done this earlier. Problem is, I am a lazy fuck half the time. So yeah. So if you don't know who Buddha is from Wreck Ragnarok, or just Buddha in general, well, he's from the mythology of Buddhism. At the same time, the one I'm using in this what if is going to be the one from Wreck Ragnarok. And if you don't know who Buddha is from Wreck Ragnarok, or you have never seen Wreck Ragnarok, either read the manga or watched the anime. I haven't even watched the anime. I literally been reading the manga. I read the manga like last month, like literally pretty much in January. Other than that, I know it's been a while since I recorded anything other than the collabs for my first channel. If you have seen my second channel, I just did 2 videos, like yesterday night and today in the kind of middle of the morning. We're not in the middle of the morning, like middle of the evening, morning, whatever. I could have done a video during that same time for my first channel. The problem is I got kind of lazy, and then I had to go somewhere, and then yeah, it was a headache. Other than that, let me begin into this what if. Let me shut the fuck up. And let me begin. So, we begin into mostly, well, Asta. Because this is basically an Asta what if, even though I don't have the thumbnail or any of that made, this is an Asta what if. But other than that, let me begin. Also, before I kind of begin, sorry, let me say this one more time. If you're wondering about any of the collab what ifs, yeah, I'm just going to pause that for a second. I don't know how many people actually like that what if. They're supposed to be just fun what ifs. And Isaac, yeah, I'd rather kind of just say fuck all that. I know if Isaac or fucking Dante watches this, I'm just gonna be telling you guys right now, fuck that. I'm never going back. I don't care. At this point, nah. Now, let me just begin. What if? Let me shut the fuck up. And yeah, I was thinking of doing an Naruto what if. I should also mention of this, but then I just said let me fucking do Asta instead, because it would kind of make sense. Not really. For some reason, I thought of doing Naruto. If I was going to do a Naruto, what if I'm gonna do it as him being Quinn Shan Long? Yeah, not Shan Long, mostly Shan Hyuga. If you don't know who he is, he's the first emperor of mostly China, and I was going to base mostly Naruto with that character, but I'll do it later. Okay. I was also thinking of doing it with mostly or making. I think what else? What else do I actually do make? Also, for some reason, I did think of doing what if Yuji was none other than Nikola Tesla from the Wreck Ragnarok, because I fucking love that character. Mostly, not Yuji, but I do like Yuji, but I was talking about mostly Nikola Tesla, because mostly reading the mangas, actually, him say no, nine. And, yeah. He just talks about science most of the time. Don't worry about that. But, yeah. Let me begin. This is what if. Let me shut the fuck up. Sorry for actually rambling on for 3 minutes. 4 minutes, I mean. So, yeah, let me begin. I just said I was going to do this for 10 minutes. Probably going to do that longer, but not the point. Now, I have actually kind of forgot a lot of things about mostly the also what if. Don't worry about that. Yeah. Let me just think. So, we begin into mostly, well, the same kind of like when Asta's born, he's put in the church with Yuno and other things would still happen. Now, Asta would be growing up and actually kind of wondering why he's different from others. He realized that he's born kind of, well, not given or any of that. He's not born kind of rich or into a rich family or anything like similar to that of Buddha. But mostly he wonders why, like, he doesn't have magic. He also wonders why people are treated differently from, like, good to evil to, what's it called, mostly poor to rich or whatever. he realized that the society in this whole world is all messed up. He also knows that Yuno is born with a lot of magic, while he was born with no magic. He wonders why he's so different. He doesn't understand it. But this is where, well, one day, mostly while Asta was a young kid, he was kind of like going to go save Yuno from mostly that guy trying to take his necklace, until someone else kind of like mostly defeated the person quite fast by kicking him in the side of the head. This person has kind of like whitish hair and of course darkish skin. He had also purplish eyes. Now this is Asta's kind of like older mostly brother, because he wasn't kind of left alone. There was also another kid that was there kind of taking care of mostly Asta. Now this kid actually has no magic neither. Well, he does. He has a bit of magic. But this is where, well, his magic is not that useful half the time, so of course he never uses magic and actually always uses his like legs and feet. Now, of course, the where, well, mostly Asta was just amazed with his older brother because they actually are kind of related by being half only, which mostly confused Asta a bit, but mostly the person doesn't really care about kind of explaining it towards Asta. But yeah, now this person's name is actually Izana, while mostly Asta is just the younger brother, and of course there's Yuno. Now, Yuno, well, mostly Izana really doesn't see Yuno as a little brother too much. He just protects Asta most of the time. But yeah. Now this is where, well, we go into a time skip about like a couple years later. Not when they about to get their grimoires, but when mostly Asta's kind of around 11 years old. This is where, well, Asta kind of noticed that mostly his older brother, known as, was called Izana, kind of got a sickness that actually was incurable, even with magic itself. It was literally incurable. He could not be cured by anyone. This is where, well, I also went to go check on him to just see if he's doing okay or whatever. Now, he kind of went to go check on him, but this is where mostly when Asta saw his older brother, he noticed that his older brother kind of got up, even though some people told him to like sit down. It was a old lady that was there trying to heal him, but mostly Izana ignore her. But yeah, this is where, well, the old lady scoffed, but whatever. She went to just kind of smoke one, just because mostly Izana's a pain half the time to deal with. Now, of course, when both mostly Asta and even Izana were just talking, because Izana was 12 years old, while Asta was only kind of around 11 years old. Izana was a little bit much more bigger than mostly Asta, because mostly Asta hasn't really grown too much. But this is where, well, Izana then talks towards mostly Asta. Asta kind of looks at Izana, and this is where Izana just talks to him about the clothes that he wears, the stuff that he's, other things. It's all given to him. He'd rather be the one to be working for it. He tells Asta that he wonders in who he's living inside his body. Or is he living as Izana, or is he living as a person that people believe him to be? He might not have strong magic, but his skills are strong, and people respect that a lot. People see him as a great potential to become a wizard, well, mostly a magic knight. But he doesn't believe that he wants to become a magic knight. He doesn't really care about being a magic knight. He tells Asta that pretty much he believes that Asta, not believes, mostly he believes that he wants to just explore the world. He's not telling Asta that he should explore the world. But this is where, well, when Asta was hearing this is where, well, he was confused with his older brother, until his older brother coughed into his hand and blood appeared. And this is where, well, Asta was worried until this is where Izana says, no need to worry. just a little blood. Sorry about being too uncool. This is where, well, mostly Asta was confused, but just nodded. Mostly months later, mostly Izana passed away, and of course, Asta was devastated. He was under the tree right now, depressed, very depressed. This is where, well, mostly, would have went over towards, what's it called, Asta to check if he's okay. Until this is where, when Asta was actually kind of hearing, like, villagers talk about how Mosizana was. People says, he was a good kid, he must be happy. This is where, when Asta heard the word happy, he got up. And this is where, well, his eyes were darkened in hatred a bit. But this is where, when he actually realized about something. Zana wasn't happy. He wanted to explore the world. He didn't want to be dealt with, like, mostly adults pressuring and other stuff. This is where, when Asta kind of realized what mostly Zana's words meant, this is where, well, he kind of saw everything. He saw mostly, well, when he was a baby, mostly a kid still, teenager, an adult, a what's it called, elderly, and also be dead already. He awakened the eyes, the kind of eyes known as, well. So his eyes are called wisdom, yeah, wisdom eyes, because Adam had the eyes of the Lord. Well, mostly Jack had soul eyes, and of course, mostly, yeah, they're called the wisdom eyes. Now, while Asta awoke in this, he then stand up and right now kind of pointed up to the air, kind of saying, I got it. This is where he points up to the air and says, I got it. This is where, well, pretty much he awakened to enlightenment. He reached the levels of enlightenment after realizing what everything meant. This is where, well, he kind of went towards, well, went to see in the church of where his brother's funeral will be at. And when he went in there, he started just like walking in there, throwing flowers up in the air, making everyone see this. And this is where, well, Father Orsi there tried to talk to Asta, but Asta completely ignored him. This is where Sister Leia was confused. The other people, like another person that was there, kind of just wondering what this kid was doing. Asta goes up to his older brother Zana, who's right now in the coffin, and right now says, don't worry, brother, I'll bring you towards the lake. Just like how we talk about it. This is where, well, Asta picks up the coffin with just a lot of strength that he managed to kind of get after reaching enlightenment, but not the point. But this is where, well, when he picks it up, people like Father Orsis and other people try to stop him. This is where Asta just told him to shut up. He will do whatever he feels like it, and then walks away after that. He didn't care. This is where, well, Asta left after that. This is where, well, he left and got to like a lake river that mostly him and Asana, when they were younger, kind of always went to. This is where, well, mostly Asta puts the coffin down and kind of tells his brother that he will hopefully see him in the near future. He knows that Izana will be much more happier into being in the, well, exploring the world. This is where, well, Asta kind of just lets his brother kind of go. And this is where, well, mostly Asta gets up. Stands up proud. Well, right now, stands up and looks proud. This is where, well, he says, time for me to change. I'm no longer going to be the same weak, small person that people believe me to be. I'm going to change because that is what I believe to do. That is my destiny. I'm not going to be just following the same rules as the society. I will follow my own path, just like how Zana talked about. Yes, my own path, my own reasoning to live, my own reasoning to get stronger. That is what I'm going to follow. So pretty much we go into a time skip about 4 years later. Yes, Asta should be around 15 a bit, or you know, he's kind of 16 a bit, but not the point. He was 11, so it would have been 15. So yeah, but not the point. This is where, well, we go into the grimoire summer, the ceremony of the grimoires. While like everyone who's kind of like a teenager, either being 16 or 15, are going to get their grimoires. This is where someone is walking through the Grimoire Tower, and of course he hasn't been here or hasn't been at this town or anywhere near Grimoire Place in over like 5 years. Oh, for fuck's sakes. So yeah, in over like 5 fucking years. Mostly, yeah, ignore that call. I'm just going to ignore them from now. But mostly, pretty much, Asta just got here and just looking around. Yes, this is Asta. But I should also mention that Asta's height changed. He is no longer just like the small person that Brandon could grow up. He is literally not five. He's literally 6 feet tall. He's also quite muscular, and he looks like this. Wrong thing. It looks like this. I mean, technically, he also kind of looks like this, but not the point. So, yeah, mostly like this. Well, the headphones okay. So, yeah, white hair kind of going up. It's kind of longer. He's much more, like, muscular, lean, and yeah. He also wears a blindfold. Reason why is because of his eyes. He might have awakened it towards the wisdom eyes, but he also awakened them into something else, much more further. So, yeah. I might be taking Buddha from Ragnarok, Buddha from either, what's it called? Just Buddha ideals from Gojo, and also the ideals of mostly that of high school, God of high school, or mostly high school of the God, or, I can't think about it right now. I'm right now just trying to think of something else. But yeah, pretty much this is where Asta just kind of walks through. No one knows this is Asta. Not even Yuno. Yuno has gotten taller and of course has black hair and golden eyes. You get the point. This is where, well, mostly Asta is just looking around, waiting until this mostly Grimoire Tower kind of begins. But for right now, I'm going to end it off here. Like I mentioned, I was only going to make this short. Other than that, good night, goodbye, have a nice potato day, potato night, potato, and good night. Oh, yeah, I'm tired, bye.